What's up everyone? In today's video, let's talk about attraction versus compatibility. And this is something that's been on my mind, so I'm just gonna try to flush out my thoughts with you guys here on this video so that we can, I guess, get on common terms, I guess. I don't know. You guys know this is like my online thoughts journal where I talk about cool stuff with you. And it's attraction versus compatibility. And the reason that I bring this up is because you've probably heard the phrase opposites attract. When in relationships, I feel like this is absolutely terrible advice. In addition to that, we talk a lot about narcissism and covert narcissism on this channel. And there's a high probability that if you've dealt with a narcissist, because of the love bombing stage, you have felt that you are compatible with somebody when you're really not. And you have been left in this situation where now you are highly attracted to a person that is negative and toxic for you, yet you're not compatible, and this leaves you in a situation where you're not feeling or doing too well in life. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it, onto attraction versus compatibility. And I think first things first, let's separate the two so that we can understand the way that these two are different and similar to each other, if they're really similar at all. And then we are going to talk about how these things are affecting your life decisions with who you want to be with, and how it can possibly affect your life decisions for the future. So attraction versus compatibility, and this is something that I hadn't really recognized or taken the time to think about until I started hearing and seeing a few Instagram posts about it and hearing a couple people talk about it. And I just realized that, wow, I never thought that there was a difference between attraction and compatibility. And back when I was in my relationship with the narcissist, I truly thought that, man, I felt so much attraction for this person. I was like, this is like the person for me. This is perfect. Everything seems absolutely like incredible. This is totally awesome. And because I was going through the love bombing stage where the narcissist essentially just shapeshifts to try to make you happy and try to make you feel like you are compatible to them, I felt like I was compatible with this girl, and it was like two pieces of a puzzle coming together, right? And compatibility was this thing that starts creating all these bonding chemicals inside of your brain to get you to stick to someone. Now, when you see someone on the street, right, that is like highly attractive, for example, you see them and you feel attraction to them, but you're not bonded with them because you have absolutely no clue if you are compatible with them. And when you enter a relationship, what's really good about the attraction, right, is it gets you to connect with someone, to talk with someone, to communicate with them, and that can open the doors to finding out what compatibility is going on between you two. And as you start learning more about that person and start feeling like you're compatible with that other person, you're going to start releasing those bonding chemicals inside your brain, and you're going to start feeling like this person is somebody that you can be with long term. And having that feeling that you can be with somebody long term is a thing that is going to keep you together for a long time. That's why a narcissist will commonly love bomb you, find out what you want in a partner, then shift so that you can stick to them long term. And if you stick to them long term, then they have a constant supply to feed off of. Whereas attraction is that initial spark that gets you moving. It is also important to recognize that you can be highly attracted to somebody that you feel compatibility for. And if you're under this impression that you are compatible with somebody that you're not, you may end up being attracted to them, where you are continuously talking to this person that really is not good for you. And the more you continue to talk to them because you're attracted to them, thinking that you're compatible when you're really not, you are going to be trying to, I guess you're trying to put, a square peg in a round hole. You're trying to make something happen that doesn't fit. It's like trying to wear the wrong size of shoe or the wrong size of clothes. It doesn't fit properly, especially with a narcissist that just shapeshifts, and there's really nothing for you to, be compatible with in that sense. And so when you start looking at the differences between attraction and compatibility, what you're looking at is not a spark of, a wave of an emotion that is going to come and push you in a certain direction. You're looking for compatibility as the thing that is going to ensure your long-term happiness. You want things to fit like a puzzle. This is also important to recognize in desires in life in general. This isn't even just dealing with people. For example, you can be attracted to a certain career path. You might desire that thing, like you feel the spark for it. And then if you start going in a certain direction and you aren't compatible with that direction, you're going to be in pain. I can tell you, for example, I used to do car sales, and I saw this one guy out on the street. He was driving an Audi R8, right? And it was like my dream car. And so I went up to him and I said, dude, what do you do for work? He says, I own a car dealership. I sell cars. And then he asked me, he's like, if you want to come work for me, like, I'll teach you like how I got this car, right? And I was like 18 years old at this time. I was like, sweet, dude, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come meet you. And so I go to this car dealership, right? And I had that desire to get this car. And I started working with this guy in selling the cars. And before I knew it, these guys that were the car salesmen, I kid you not, it was like a movie scene. It was like the fishy car salesmen that they were like, yeah, try to, get the most out of the customer. Who cares about their credit and this and that? And I was like, I'm just not like that. So I wasn't compatible with that. So I knew I couldn't get, that dream car in that way because I wasn't compatible with that path. And the same can go not only for your life path and the things that you want to do, but for the relationships that you're in. If you're in a relationship and you want a relationship where you're happy and you're in love and you're feeling incredible and on top of the earth, and you have this attraction towards that desire that you want that, it is possible. But going down the path of trying to mesh with somebody that is not compatible with you is not going to help. And trying to trick yourself and telling yourself that opposites attract isn't going to work. It doesn't. Okay, look at how many opposites don't attract. Look at conservatives and liberals, if you want to talk about politics. They don't really attract. They don't get along very well, and there's bickering going on between the two. It can be any type of opposite in that sense. You're not going to attract. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, an opposite is not going to attract. If you're not compatible with the person that you are trying to accomplish your desire with, to change your life and to be happy and to be in this loving relationship, you're not going to be able to get it. So then you fall into this trap where if you don't recognize it, attraction has absolutely no regard for compatibility. And a lot of that can be physical in nature because your body creates this attraction that you feel towards things, and you feel this attraction and you want certain things. But the compatibility is a completely and entirely separate component of your happiness. And if we bring it back to the car example, I don't want that car anymore. I want, different stuff, but I will be able to accomplish those desires that I want, and I'm doing it in a way that is compatible to me. Making these videos is compatible to me. I love this. I love doing this with you guys, and I love posting these and seeing your guys' comments and all that stuff, and I'm compatible with this, and because of that, I will be able to accomplish those dreams and desires. So if you're trying to accomplish that relationship, you have to recognize if you're not compatible, and you have to recognize that the attraction is essentially going to blind you. It's going to put this little mask over it. It's going to be your little blinders that are going on that make you think, no, I'm attracted to this person, I should still talk to them. But attraction and that spark is not going to lead to happiness. And being able to recognize, step out of that attraction and being able to recognize when you're attracted to something versus when you're compatible to something is going to make a massive difference in your life. That was my light. It's going to make a massive difference in your life and in your happiness. When you look at married couples that say they married their best friend, that is someone that they were compatible with long term. And that's why they're happy long term, because they were compatible. And thankfully, attraction does have its positive qualities, but it completely disregards compatibility. So if you want that happy relationship, the ideal situation for you is to recognize attraction and to allow it to do what it's supposed to do, and recognize compatibility and do what it's supposed to do. And if you're looking for a relationship with these things, do the thing that has the both of them. Don't go into a relationship where you're only attracted to it, because you're not going to be happy. And if you do something that you're compatible with and only compatible with, but you're not attracted to it, I feel like you're going to be missing a piece of the puzzle that is going to help add to your happiness. So look for that attraction and compatibility in everything that you do. And I hope that you guys enjoyed my video. I guess that was all of my thoughts on attraction versus compatibility and the difference between the two. And you know what you're compatible with and you know what you're not, and you cannot try to trick yourself out of it. For example, one of the things that I was thinking of is my ex-girlfriend had a different religious view than I did, and that just wasn't going to be compatible over a long term, and that's okay. And I was so attracted to her that, you know, I started pretending like it didn't exist, but it matters a lot. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.